Hi everyone, welcome back to our third in our series of Q&A from our first webinar. Thank you for keeping through with it. I know there's a lot of points have been covered, but we really think there's value in you going through a couple more with us today. Hopefully you found the last, like I said, couple informative for you, and I'm going to cover some now. So today's questions: can I easily customize reports? How can I update reports? And can it be used for live dashboards? So, can I easily customize reports? Yes, you can. That's the beauty of it. That's what it's kind of there for. We saw from the first one, when we went through the webinar with you, your first integration of pulling information across, it looks pretty basic like this. With some iterations going through, you can put into some other reports and make the same information much more useful and much more user-friendly. Many different ways to go in with it. You've got a section of visualizations on your right-hand side menu, which allow you to change the different types of chart you want to see, whether you want a line chart, whether you want a bar chart, whether you want a matrix going through with it. So that's the main of visuals on it. But within it itself, there's this little paint roller. And unsurprisingly, the paint roller lets you decorate. And you want to get decorating with some of these elements. So once you go into the roller itself, it gives you just loads of options, really, going through on what you want to change and customize on it. So whether you want to make your column headings bigger, whether you want to set the text differently on it, whether you want to put a different colored text on your headers, whether you want your rows to be a different size to certain rows, whether you want them to be in light blue, dark blue, purple with pink spots. Well, pink spots might be pushing it a little bit. And then you can change your values. You can make your subtotals be more concentrated, your grand total to be larger than the rest so it stands out more. You can set conditional formatting so certain values trigger different reactions, same as you would in Excel. You can put titles, you can change the backgrounds. There's so many different variety of ways you can customize it. One of the big ones I would say is that you can set a kind of style to it. It's kind of like a theme. So it's something we've been working on and we tweak every time you look at a report, but it's a set of conditions, same set of text, subtotal value, presentation, backgrounds, etc. But you can set to then implement across all your reports. So like I mentioned before, we do a management pack that goes out every month that we review as a senior team, but also I review with department managers. And literally I just select this theme, and it copies across all my reports and brings them all into the same format. So they're easily readable. Although the information is coming from a wide variety of places, people can see it in the same understandable flow and format going in. But it's really beneficial if you send information out externally, whether it be to the general ethos, whatever your kind of shareholder you might be putting through, but also any stakeholder you got involved. It might be supplier information, it might be the local community. You can set these up so you've got a professional styled out format that you can just drop in and pull the data in to fill it. So it's definitely something to spend some time with and get the presentation right. And it means once you set up something like that, you haven't got to go back each time and I want this line at size 18. I want to use it in Times New Roman. You can take up time that nobody's really got, and the point of kind of BI is to make things more efficient and useful. So that's why those sort of elements, yes, you've got to set it up once you have. But saying that, there are some presets, as with Microsoft with everything, they've got a whole world of preset stuff you can drill into, you might find useful, and you might be even 90% of the way you manipulate it and take it into how you want to. But for customization, from my experience with different formatting, there's none out there better. How can I update reports? So you've spent the time, you've put your visuals in, you've created this nice report, it pulls from 18 different source locations, but that was for last month. We now need to do this month. It's really simple. Within the main home menu is literally a button called refresh. And what I'll do, there's no need to go and do separate tasks for each one. You hit refresh, it'll go and pull from every data source you set up and update them all at exactly the same time. The more you have, obviously, the longer it takes. Mine pulls from about 3 different resources and it takes about 10 seconds. See it whirling through, going in, and it pulls the information. So if you've got something like 0, which has been updated potentially by the minute, it will literally pull to the second you hit that refresh button. If you've got other elements where you're working off an Excel spreadsheet, it takes from the update on the source data. So if you go from an exported a list of invoices, for example, that you've pulled out from your main system, it will go and pull whatever's in that. So once you've updated that sheet, you hit refresh, it will go and pull it. It does what it says on the tin, to be honest, but it is really quick and easy to refresh that information. So again, it's worth spending the time getting your reports how you want them, and then you can just refresh to go and get the information. If you've got it set up with different views, I've done October's, I want to do November's. All you do is set a filter then and pick the month of information, and it will select it through. But by hitting the refresh, it goes and grabs all the information from the said data source and brings it back in to be available for you. So quick and easy and impressive how going through. I've used reporting software before where I've had to refresh each table separately. I've had to go to different source locations. You just hit the refresh button like you would on a web page on this. It's really, really clever. Saying about that, can it be used for live dashboards? There's lots of other software out there where you can have live dashboards of information. And the answer is ultimately yes. Yeah, you can. But to be honest, especially with this time of year, you need Wizard. Wizard are the key to it. I'm not sure on their IT knowledge, but you need someone with a bit of a technical wizardry about them to do it. Being open and honest in this format, like we have them set up for us now on screens, but that's the beauty of working for an IT support company. We've got some clever engineers around that can do it. Again, it's definitely possible, and if you're a customer of ours, please do speak to us about getting it set up for you. The clever guys that help me out can help you out as well. But it's not as simple as going set this to refresh every 30 seconds or every half an hour. You can do it, but it has browser settings, it has other elements you need to consider in that process. So it is not as simple as it is with some of the other elements for PI. It's not a natural live dashboard piece of software, but it has the capability to do it if you set it up right. So again, in answer to that question that we were asked by a few people, yes, it can do it. You just might need a bit of technical help to do it. So we've covered a lot of questions coming in from the first one, and I hope it's really helping to build your BI knowledge. And now we move on to our second live webinar. I really hope you can join us next Wednesday on the 9th, and we can go over some more detailed look at some of these integrations, go through a few more steps and some customizations, and show you live kind of how that works. And obviously you get the delight of me and Robin, well, what hope at this point, touch wood, that we're going through to be able to be in the same office and work through and record it, because we want to get this out for you guys. So if not, you'll probably end up with my beautiful face, but hopefully the pair of us will be back with you and we can go through this live webinar. Again, as always, please get in contact. We'd love to take the questions coming in. The contact number is on the screen, but also speak to your account manager if you're with us currently. If not, jump on our website, send a request through, and we will get back to you straight away to kind of see how we can help you through and how we can link you in. And make sure you've got your subscription, you've got it somewhere you access through for this webinar series as we build and build on to going to give you more information. Again, we're doing this because Power BI we really feel can help you. It can help grow your business and can help it. It's done it for us, and we want to help those associated with us and general board as a whole be able to use it. So until next week, when you see me live and in color through Teams, we'll see you then, guys. See ya. Bye.